Hey guys, welcome back to some more AFK Arena. Today we're over on the free-to-play account. We're going to be breaking out the store between this one and the Power Creep account. I want to show you kind of what to buy in each section. Now there was a guide over on Reddit. A lot of players had a lot of questions about it, which is the reason why I wanted to cover it. So we are going to break this down in its entirety as it stands today. Now I'm going to go back and forth between the accounts because this account actually has all the dimensional heroes, which the Power Creep account of course does not. So looking at the first one, this is the actual store. This is where you're going to buy things within here. Also, there is a refresh, so you can spend diamonds to refresh, which we're going to talk about in just a little bit. So looking in here, when it comes to gold, guys, there are elemental shards you want to buy every single day. It is going to be the accumulation of these shards that are going to allow you to E30 some of the heroes. Now, when it comes to hero essence, the exact same. Hero essence is going to be the wall forever in AFK Arena. As you make more progression, even on my level within the power leveling account or within the FHE account or even on the YouTube account, I need essence. Every single faction account I have, I need essence within there. Now, the other thing to look at is the poke coins. Again, because you can buy poke coins out of here, every single day you want to buy the poke coins. Regardless of what you have, you want to buy the poke coins. Now, looking at the time emblems, this is going to be an absolute priority. So we know the Awakened heroes are the absolute strongest heroes within AFK Arena. If you want the ability to build them, this is the real only way short of spending real life money. If you are free to play, if you are a light spender, a dolphin, whatever it may be, you have to buy this time emblem every single day. It is going to be the only way, again, that you're going to have the ability to actually buy the heroes out of there. General rule of thumb, when it comes to the amplifying emblems, and also the primordial emblems. You can see right here, I have owned 2. I only have 2 of these guys. You want to keep at least 1 full hero in reserve. So what I mean, amplifying emblems, primordial emblems, you want to have about 300 of these in reserve. If you do not, I highly recommend buying them up to having those. Now, right now on this account, there are a lot of heroes that I still need these amplifying emblems on, as well as the primordial emblems. That is why I buy these out every single day. Now, in addition, you may look at this large hero essence chest. This is one to purchase if you have the diamonds, only if you're looking to power level your account. Now, overall, guys, this is going to be the fastest way to make progression within AFK Arena level-wise, because when it comes to the campaign, when it comes to the towers, this is going to be the really, really big priority. So we bought everything that I want to get out of the shop. Now, like I said before, guys, we have the refresh. I do 1 a day. Now, the reason why I only do 1 is the cost of diamonds, guys. When you start looking at everything you're buying out of this store, it gets very expensive diamond-wise. So we'll go ahead, we'll refresh this thing. Boom, we'll do the same. We'll get the shards. We'll pick up the hero essence. We will pick up the poke coins. Again, looking at these, I have 382 within the primordial. Since I have over that 300 mark, I'm not going to buy these this time. I'm going to save my gold because I have over 300. Again, you want to make sure that you always have enough in reserves to build a new hero that comes out. If they're released and you want to build them, you already have the materials saved for them. Now, in addition, you want to buy out any of your elite hero stones and the epic stones, the elite epic stones that come out of here. You want to build them out and you want to buy them out. This could be celestials, this could be hypogens, and the other elite stone actually gives you an opportunity to get awakened heroes, which again is absolutely huge. So both of these stones you do want to build. Now, when it comes to the refresh, again, I only do it once and I recommend doing it once. Question always comes around when it comes to the elemental cores and the baits. Honestly, it is really your preference, guys, because they are very expensive. You need a lot of them, but when you look at diamond cost wise, they are pretty much on par with the cost that you use them for anywhere else. So I know a lot of players do buy out the baits. I do not recommend it, again, just because of the sheer cost that it comes with the diamonds. If you're buying baits, let's say buying baits and then refreshing, buying baits, you're going to be losing diamonds, a net negative diamonds. So depending on how many diamonds you get in a day, this could be net negative if you're buying your cards out, if you're buying your stones out, if you're buying everything else out with diamonds, that could be a net negative. Now, looking at our dream store, number 1 priority is, of course, the time emblems and also the Stargazer cards. Now, you should be able to get all 3. So you should actually be able to get one of these celestial or hypogen heroes you should be able to get your time emblems and your Stargazer cards. Those are the biggest priorities, guys. And then take a look kind of what else your account needs. But these heroes, starting with the twins are the biggest priority. Building them up early game makes a game-changing difference. As you start progressing further, you'll actually want to get them up to Ascended to put furniture on them. Now, when it comes to Zap, when it comes to Leofric, not a huge priority. But overall, guys, we're still seeing utility, of course, within the twins. And then Frampton also does have utility within game modes. Now, Guild Store, this is another area, guys. Your number one priority in the Guild Store is right here. It is time emblems, guys. So out of the store, you get time emblems. Out of the Guild Store, you get time emblems. Out of the Dream Store, you get time emblems. You can kind of see how we're going here with the path. Time emblems are what you want to get every single day, followed by tier 4 stones. Now, these, you only do get 2 of them a month, which means you always want to build them out and you always want to buy them out. Once you have this, the rest of the month is really dedicated to this very bottom row and the dimensional gear. This is the only place that you get dimensional gear, guys. This is the one and only place. You cannot get it from chests. You cannot get it from AFK rewards. You cannot get it as other rewards. You have to buy the dimensional gear. And since we have so many dimensionals, even with the addition of Rem and Amelia, you want to buy out the dimensional gear. That is really the big priority. These stones, the rest of the gear, the rest of the faction gear, even the tier stones, you will get in time. You'll get rewards from events, the Misty Valley, all different places, even AFK rewards. The tier stones will come, guys, in time, but the dimensional gear will never come with time. Looking at our barracks, this is another place that you want to buy out these stones. These can be Celestials and Hypogean heroes, which is the reason why the Elite stones are the priority. If you have all of the primary heroes built, so if you have all of the primary Celestials and Hypogeans built, go ahead and start buying out this Twisted Essence. This middle row, you are not going to build at all. Regardless of whatever you do, guys, you are not going to build at all. Now, looking at the Labyrinth Store, this is where it does get a little bit dicey with who you want to build. So you can see when you've exceeded chapter 30, you actually get this middle tier that falls in here with the poke coins and the engraving mats. Overall, I'm going to hop over to the Power Creep account so you can see the heroes that we do have in here. All right, guys, so here we are over on the Power Creep account, and I want to do that way you could see. So this is prior to chapter 30. You can see we don't have the engraving mats, we don't have the poke coins, we don't have any of the Twisted Essence in here because we are not far enough, but we have the dimensional heroes. So when you look at your dimensional heroes in here, guys, number one by far is Joan. Joan, you want to get ASAP. She is a game changer in formations, especially when you have limited access to heroes. She is a really solid buffer. She has survivability. She is a good healer. Overall, guys, Joan has a lot of utility in there on building them out. Now, the next one we kind of look at, guys, is kind of the question between Arthur and Baba Yaga. Now, I know both of them are not seeing a lot of play within different game modes. So again, a lot of players are kind of on the fence with who to buy next. Personally, I would probably go with Baba Yaga just because of the utility. I'm actually not using either of those, but I know Baba Yaga in some formations does work well, and a lot of players do utilize her within the PvP aspect. Again, Arthur, you could go for either one of them, but neither of them are being used in that many places in the AFK arena. And you're talking about spending probably months and months to actually get these. Once you get Joan, you're probably, for normal players, probably 3 to 4 months down the road. If you're starting to build out Arthur, or if you're starting to build out Baba Yaga at this point, even on this account, guys, you're talking 3 to 4 months before we build out these heroes, which means you're already, 6, 7, 8 months down the road, if not a year plus. With the power creep, with a lot of new heroes that we're getting, it would even be beneficial to start buying out the engraving mats. Personally, I would go, and this would be kind of my recommendation, I would get Joan. I would build out Joan. At that point, you'll probably be past chapter 30 once you have Joan built. Then I would build out Joan, and then I would look at buying out either the emblems of space, which we just seen, or buying out those elemental cores to build up all of the heroes. Because remember, you're going to have to build out those heroes. When you look at a lot of the dimensional heroes, again, that's kind of my preference or how I would do it, especially on the power creep account. I'm not going to build out or buy Arthur. I'm not going to build out or buy Baba Yaga, just for the simple fact I'm not going to invest in either hero because of one, they do cost a little bit to invest, but getting the signature items on them, getting the furniture on them, getting the engraving on them, with the amount of time and effort, again, that it is going to take at this point in AFK Arena, I would not build them out. I would stick with the Emblems of Space, Joan of Arc, and within there, the Elemental Cores when you get there. Wukong, absolutely no reason to build or buy, as well as the regular heroes. Now, looking at the Challenger store, the exact same. So at Chapter 30, you actually get Ulna, and you do get Mortis in here. Both of those copies cost 250K. That is right, guys. In addition, we have this whole row down here of heroes. Now, overall, when you look at price-wise, and this is one of the reasons, guys, the number one hero to build in here is Merlin. The reason being, if you get 1,000 Challenger tokens, you have Merlin built and you have Merlin built up. You can fuse him with another hero. Merlin will be at 5 stars, maxed out. You can engrave, you can do whatever you want to. Merlin will be built at 1 million. That is right, guys. At 1 million, you'll have all 4 sets of the shards. Over the course of 4 months, similar to the Labyrinth store, you will have Merlin built out. With that being said, looking at the other heroes in here, like Ulna, looking at Mortis, when they're in here, you're looking at the same 1 million Challenger tokens. Will take these up to Legendary. That is right, guys. You are getting a 5-star, fully ready to go utility Merlin, or you are getting a Celestial or Hypogean at 5 stars. So a lot of players were asking, should we build Ulna out of the Challenger store? I would build out Ulna out of the Challenger store if you had Merlin, if you had Leonardo, if you had Mulan in kind of that specific order. You could do Mulan before Leonardo, or Leonardo before Mulan. They both have their places within formations. But overall, the Celestials and the Hypogean heroes in here are very expensive when you look in comparison to the Dimensional heroes, which is the reason why, again, the Dimensional heroes are very, very important to build out of here, for the simple fact that it is 1 million tokens to get the completed hero to fuse, where here 1 million is only going to give you 4 copies of the hero, which again, if those are your only 4 copies, you have that hero now at Legendary, and that is it, guys. Now, when it comes to, again, having all 3 of these heroes built out, building Mortis up to Mythic to get that plus 20 signature item would be big, and also building Ulna. Now, out of here specifically, a lot of players were also asking, should we supplement the Stargazer to build out Ulna? I would absolutely, just for the simple fact, guys, Ulna still has a lot of utility in a lot of different game modes. And also, if you're looking to build Ulna similar to Zolrath, similar to another heroes, strictly 100% from the Challenger store, it is a very, very long road to build these heroes, guys. So you figure even on my my YouTube account, I've been playing my YouTube account for going on 4 years now. I still do not have these heroes built out in the very top. And all of these Dimensional heroes I did through the exchange, meaning that I have never purchased a Dimensional hero in here, the Labyrinth store or the Challenger store, using resources. I've done the resource exchange to get them for free. And in 4 years, I still do not have all of these heroes completely built out in their entirety, just to show you kind of the time aspect that it does take to actually build these out. So again, Challenger store, I would go for Merlin. I would go probably with Mulan, and then I would go with Leonardo. Then I would look at building out Mortis to Mythic, and then going all in for Ulna. And after that, guys, going right back to Zolrath. I still think Zolrath with Leica still has a lot of utility within a bunch of different game modes. So guys, I hope it helped a little bit to break down some of the store. Again, this is probably one of the places that I get one of the most questions about. Then also, when you look at the Temple Rift and you look at the award selection, guys, honestly, looking in here, I would choose Solus. Solus would be my very, very first choice, would be getting Solus built. Getting Solus built up to Ascended, and only Ascended. The reason being, once you get Solus up to that Ascended, you can add stars with diamonds or Stargazer cards to actually add that first star. Once Solus is done, again, Solus is the absolute priority in here. I would move to Brutus. I would build Brutus again up to only the Ascended level. Once you get Brutus up to that Ascended level, then I would go ahead and I would buy out all of my time emblems, just like we've seen in every single other game mode, building out and buying out those time emblems. Once you have Solus and Brutus ascended, when you look at Taylene, when you look at Aziz, again, not a huge priority to build either of those, but getting these time emblems to be able to build out the Awakened heroes are going to be absolutely game changing. So, all right, guys, so that'll do it for today's video. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. And as always, thank you guys for watching.